0v0 ID and Maya showing improvement, but still chasing the leaderboard. Hey there, removed. Welcome back to the racetrack. Great to have you tuning in again. Let's enjoy the chaos of AI racers together. Nolgas77 and Rafael are taking the lead, with Sidrek from Team Cot close behind. Dufdad is currently in third place, but anything can happen in this high-speed race. Nolgas77, Rafael, and Dufdad from Team CODD are fiercely contesting P1. Meanwhile, Dufdad and Sidrek are dueling it out for P2. A heated battle is also brewing for P6 among Hubert03, LaCroix 1980, and Barriox Wolkeri. Amundsen makes a bold move to secure P4, passing Hubert03 and LaCroix 1980. Hubert03 and LaCroix 1980 aren't backing down, now in P5 after overtaking Barriox Wolkeri. Barriox Wolkeri is holding strong in P6, passing UG Nitro and Newcombotham. UG Nitro and Newcombotham successfully overtook Barriox Wolkeri, climbing to 6th place. Now they are engaging in a fierce battle for that position. Waintrain 94 and Nidbit have also advanced to 12th place by passing Rady Zero Actifixen. Sidrek is now in 2nd place after overtaking Dufdad. The two are locked in a battle for the 2nd position. Meanwhile, UG Nitro and Newcombotham have advanced to 5th place by passing Hubert03 and LaCroix 1980. Dufdad takes the lead, passing Nolgas77 and Rafael. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix move up to 10th place, overtaking Wagged. Babardo, Diofos, and Gary Z are locked in a fierce battle for 17th position with different classic cars on track. Hubert03, LaCroix 1980, and Barriox Wolkeri are fiercely contesting the 6th position. In a separate duel, Jump 073 in the Shelby GT 569 is fighting against Chapar in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetter for the 22nd spot. Stalabanen in the Plymouth Superbird 70 is putting pressure on Urs Patrick in the Shelby GT 569 for 14th position. A tight battle is also unfolding for the 30th spot among Rizoldi Adar and Vice in the BMW 3.0 CSL and Neotexum and Amy in the Alpine A110 1600 Psi. Sirek is now in 2nd place after overtaking Nolgas77 and Rafael. Hubert03, LaCroix 1980, and Barriox Wolkeri are fiercely competing for the 6th spot. Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher have advanced to 15th place by passing Usp Patrick. Barriox Wolkeri secures the 6th position, passing Hubert03 and LaCroix 1980. Mama Oster and Okayaki 8 advance to 8th place, surpassing LV1NNY. Meanwhile, Wagged, Waintrain 94, and Nidbit are fiercely competing for the 11th spot, with Wagged in a Dodge Charger Daytona 69 and Waintrain 94 and Nidbit in a Ferrari 250 LM. Okay, we've got a tight battle for the 10th position between Okayaki 3 in the Ferrari 250 LM, Super LaCroix in another Ferrari 250 LM, and Wagged in a Dodge Charger Daytona 69. It's all about precision and strategy in this mid-pack showdown. Hubert03 and LaCroix 1980 have advanced to 6th place, passing Barriox Wolkeri. They are now locked in a tight battle for that position. Meanwhile, Wayne Train 94 and Nipbit have climbed to 11th place, overtaking Wagged. Berriox Walkerry is now in 6th place after passing Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 and Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 are fiercely competing for 7th place. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 is in a Ferrari 250 LM, while Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 are in a Shelby Cobra for 27. Nitro, Newcomb Bockham, and Berriox Walkerry are fiercely contesting for the 5th position spot. Exciting stuff there. Meanwhile, Jump 073 has made a nice move up to 21st, successfully overtaking Dakota Snake. Now, Jump 073 and Dakota Snake find themselves battling it out for that 21st position. Let's see how this unfolds with Jump 073 in the Shelby GT 569 and Dakota Snake in the Ford Maverick 70. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 are currently in a fierce battle for 7th place, both driving a Ferrari 250 LM. In another close duel, Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 are challenging each other in their Shelby Cobra for 27. Further back in the pack, Rizaldi Adar and V-Ice have climbed to 29th place, overtaking One Serious Guy and Sabine 27. They are now locked in a tight contest for that position, with Rizaldi Adar and V-Ice in a BMW 3.0 CSL and One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 in an Aston Martin DB5 Vantage. Wagged struggling, now down to P31. Babardo and Diofo's making moves up to P16, passing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Meanwhile, Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg advancing to P17, overtaking Gary Z. Wagged is struggling and has slipped to 31st place. Dakota Snake and Japar are fighting for the 21st spot in a Ford Maverick 70 and a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta respectively. Hot Wheels Kid 01 has made a move to 24th place, passing Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer in the process. Oh no, looks like the Dodge Charger Daytona couldn't handle the heat. Keep those FS coming, chat, for some respect. Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 have advanced to 7th place, surpassing Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980. It's a tight battle for that position between them. Ship Broman and Sir Ironbot are currently in a contest with Hot Wheels Kit 01 for the 23rd spot. Stan Bannon has advanced to 12th place, successfully passing Rady Zero Active Vixen in the ongoing race. Berriox Walkerry, Hugert 03, and LaCroix 1980 are locked in a fierce battle for the 6th position. Wagged is making an impressive move, narrowing the gap by 467.3 to Neo Texan and Amy. Meanwhile, Berriox Walkerry, Hugert 03, and LaCroix 1980 are having a fierce competition for the 6th position. Dovdad, Nolgas 77, and Iravale are fiercely competing for the top spot. Meanwhile, Berriox Walkerry is locked in a close battle with Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 for the 7th position. Berriox Walkerry is piloting a Ferrari 250 LM, while Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 are in a Shelby Cobra for 27. While Wagged is making an impressive charge, closing in on Neo Texan and Amy by a whopping 472.3 units. Norgas 77 and RFL have raced into the lead, surpassing Duff Dad. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 are on the move, climbing to 5th place, overtaking UG Nitro and Newcombotham. Duff Dad now in P2 after overtaking Sidetrack. UG Nitro, Newcombotham, Hugert 03, and LaCroix 1980 are all duking it out for the 5th position. It's a tight race with these drivers maneuvering for that crucial spot on the track. Let's see who comes out on top in this intense battle. Barriox Walkerry has advanced to 6th place, passing Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980. Barriox Walkerry, Hugert 03, and LaCroix 1980 are fighting for the 6th position. Dakota Snake and Japar are locked in a duel for 21st place. Dakota Snake is in a Ford Maverick 70, while Japar is in a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 have jumped to 5th place, passing UG Nitro and Newcombotham. LV1NNY, Okayaki 3, and Super LaCroix are fiercely contesting 9th place. LV1NNY is in a Shelby Cobra for 27, while Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix are in a Ferrari 250 LM. Japar has advanced to 21st position, overtaking Dakota Snake. Amin San is struggling, dropping 9 positions down to 13th place. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 have made impressive moves, now sitting in 4th position after overtaking UG Nitro and Newcombotham. UG Nitro and Newcombotham have also advanced to 5th place, surpassing Barriox Walkerry in the process. Amin San is now in 22nd place after falling back 7 positions. Babardo and Diofos have climbed to 15th, passing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Meanwhile, Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg have moved up to 16th, overtaking Gary Z in the process. Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot are making a strong comeback, closing in on Amin San by 41.8 units. Excitingly, Barriox Walkerry has swiftly advanced to the 5th spot, overtaking UG Nitro and Newcombotham. The battle for 5th place between Barriox Walkerry, UG Nitro, and Newcombotham is heating up. Wacht is on a strong charge, closing in on Rizaldi Adar and VIs with a 48.2 gap reduction. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 are now at P3 after overtaking UG Nitro and Newcombotham. UG Nitro and Newcombotham have advanced to P4 by passing Sidetrack. One serious guy and Sabine 27 are hot on the tail of Sneaky 515, gaining ground by 49.8 units. Rady Zero Active Vixen is now holding P10 after passing Stanley Banham. Meanwhile, Stanley Banham has made moves to P11, overtaking Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher. Barriox Walkerry advances to P4, passing UG Nitro and Newcombotham. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg climb to P15, overtaking Gary Z. Gary Z moves up to P16, passing John B073. Mama Oster and Okayaki 8 make a strong move to secure the 5th position, passing UG Nitro and Newcombotham. Ilst Patrick climbs to 12th place, surpassing Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher. A heated battle unfolds between Ilst Patrick, Smurf 20, and the Unknown Cypher for the 12th spot. Mama Oster and Okayaki 8 are fiercely competing with UG Nitro and Newcombotham for the 5th position. Mama Oster and Okayaki 8 are handling a Shelby Cobra for 27, while UG Nitro and Newcombotham are maneuvering a Ferrari 250 LM. Meanwhile, Todd R. Gardner, Suzanne Greenberg, and Gary Z are engaged in a tight contest for the 15th spot. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are piloting a Maserati Bora, whereas Gary Z is behind the wheel of a Shelby GT 569. Barriox Walkerry is gaining on Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980, reducing the gap by 2.0 units. Sidrek now holds P17 after overtaking Amin San, who has moved up to P18 after passing Jump 073. Sidrek is making impressive progress, advancing to 16th place and overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot are also on the move, now in 21st position after passing Hot Wheels Kid 01. Speaking of Hot Wheels Kid 01, they've made a quick comeback to 22nd place, surpassing Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer. Duff Dad slips back to 8th place, facing some challenges. Dakota Snake is making moves, catching up to Japar by 6.8 seconds. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 have surged to 2nd place, passing Barriox Walkerry. Wayne Train 94 and Nidbit have made a strong move up to 6th place, surpassing LV1NNY in their Ferrari 250 LM. The three are now locked in a battle for that spot. Meanwhile, Stan Badham has climbed to 9th place after overtaking Ilsk Patrick. Sidrek advances to position 14, surpassing Amin San. Amin San progresses to position 15, overtaking Gary Z. Gary Z from Team No Name Racing climbs to position 16, overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Welcome back, neighbor. Glad to have you back with us for some more high-speed AI racing action. Let's see which virtual driver will take the checkered flag today. Sidrek advances to the 13th position, passing Duff Dad. Twix 560 of Bolt Bucket Motorsports is gaining on UG Nitro and Newcombotham, decreasing the distance by 2.1 seconds. Hot Wheels Kid 01 from Team 1 on Midnight Runners has advanced to P21, overtaking Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot. These three drivers are currently engaged in an exciting battle for the 21st position. Hot Wheels Kid 01 is behind the wheel of a Ford Maverick 70, while Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot are both navigating a Chevrolet Impala SS67. Sidrek is making a move, catching up to Babardo and Diofos by 2.2 seconds. Nitro and Newcombotham are climbing up to 18th position, surpassing Jump 073. Dakota Snake is also on the move, now at 25th place after overtaking Japar. Duff Dad and Amin San are fiercely contesting for the 14th position. Hot Wheels Kid 01 of Team 1 on Midnight Runners is making strides, now in 21st place after overtaking Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot. Babardo and Diofos are fiercely contesting the 12th position, both in Pontiac Bungle 68 cars, while Sidrek in a Ferrari 250 LM is part of the mix. Wacht is steadily gaining on Rizaldi Adar and V-Ice, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Windtrain 94 and Nidbit make a slick move into 5th place, leaving Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix behind. The battle for 6th intensifies between Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix in a Ferrari 250 LM and LV1 NNY in a Shelby Cobra for 27. Meanwhile, Sidrek from Team CODD charges up to 12th place, overtaking Babardo and Diofos. Ilst Patrick advances to 10th place, surpassing Smurf 20 and the unknown Cypher. Gary Z is gaining on Amin San, reducing the distance by 4.0. UG Nitro and Newcombuckham are catching up to Gary Z, narrowing the gap by 3.5. Duffdad has made a strong move, surpassing Babardo and Diofos to secure the 13th position. Currently, Duffdad, Babardo, and Diofos are fiercely contesting for that spot. In another exciting battle, Gary Z from Team No Name Racing is going head-to-head with UG Nitro and Newcombuckham for 16th place. That's some impressive progress. Go AI, go. Let's see if your AI can keep climbing up the ranks. Barriox Walkerry advances to P2 after overtaking Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980. A heated battle is on for the second spot between Barriox Walkerry, Hugert 03, and LaCroix 1980. Meanwhile, UG Nitro and Newcombuckham make moves to P16, surpassing Gary Z. Amin San is gaining on Babardo and Diofos, closing the gap by 2.7. Tadar Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are inching closer to Gary Z, reducing the distance by 2.4. Wacht is closing in on Rizaldi Adar and VIs, narrowing the gap by 2.1. John 073 is making big moves, now in 18th place after overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. The battle for 19th is heating up between Todd R. Gardner in a Maserati Bora and Twix 560 in a Holden Torana A9X. Rizaldi Adar and VIs are on the move as well, advancing to 29th place by passing one Serious Guy and Sabine 27. Wacht making a strategic move, advancing to P29 by overtaking one Serious Guy and Sabine 27 in swift succession. Rizaldi Adar and VIs are making a strong push, reducing the gap to one Serious Guy and Sabine 27 by 17.8 seconds. The battle for positions is heating up as the race progresses. Amin San is catching up to Babardo and Diofos, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. UG Nitro and Newcombuckham are now in 15th place after skillfully passing Amin San. Gary Z from Team No Name Racing has made a move up to 16th place, successfully overtaking Amin San in the process. Babardo and Diofos are fiercely battling UG Nitro and Newcombuckham for the 14th position. Meanwhile, John 073 has made a move up to 17th, surpassing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg have now advanced to 18th place, overtaking Twix 560 in the process. Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot are gaining on Amin San, reducing the gap by 7.4. Meanwhile, UG Nitro and Newcombuckham have advanced to P14, passing Babardo and Diofos. Additionally, Hot Wheels Skid 01 has climbed to P20, overtaking Amin San in the process. PSB Patrick makes a bold move to claim the 9th position from Stan Labanham. Sidewreck is making gains, narrowing the distance to Smurf 20 and the unknown Cypher by 3.5. Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot are gaining ground on Amin San, shortening the gap by 2.0. Smurf 20 and the unknown Cypher have advanced to 10th place, surpassing Sidewreck. Sidewreck from Team CODD has climbed to 11th position, passing Duff Dad. Duff Dad has made progress to 12th place, overtaking both UG Nitro and Newcombacken in the process. Gary Z now in 15th position, overtaking John B073. John B073 advances to 16th, surpassing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg move up to 17th, passing Twix 560. Hot Wheels Skid 01 is making a strong charge, closing the gap on Stan Labanham by 46.6 units. Sidewreck is now in P10 after overtaking Smurf 20 and the unknown Cypher. Keep an eye on Hot Wheels Skid 01 as they continue to push towards the front of the pack. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 are making significant gains on Sneaky 515, reducing the gap by 53.2 units. Wayne Train 94 and Nitbit have advanced to P4, surpassing Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix. Meanwhile, Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix have climbed to P5, overtaking Rady Zero Active Vixen in the process. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix now at P4, passing Wayne Train 94 and Nitbit. Smurf 20 and the unknown Cypher up to P8, overtaking Duff Dad. Duff Dad advances to P9, surpassing Mama Aster and Okayaki 8. Gary Z making a strong move, now in 14th place after passing Jump 073. Jump 073 advances to 15th place, overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg climb to 16th place, surpassing Twix 560. Amin San has made a move up to 20th place, leaving Hot Wheels Skid 01 behind. Duff Dad is gaining on Smurf 20 and the unknown Cypher, cutting the distance by 2.0 units. Twix 560 and Stan Labanham are fiercely contesting the 17th spot. Japar has advanced to 24th, surpassing Dakota Snake. Neo Texan and Amy are making a significant move, reducing the gap to Dakota Snake by 5.5 seconds. Exciting battle between Todd R. Gardner, Suzanne Greenberg, and Twix 560 for the 16th position. It's a showdown between a Maserati Bora and a Holden Torana A9X. The chase continues as Neo Texan and Amy keep closing in on Dakota Snake. Twix 560 in the Holden Torana A9X and Stan Labanham in the Plymouth Superbird 70 are neck and neck for 17th place. Meanwhile, Dakota Snake is making a move, narrowing the gap to Neo Texan and Amy by 4.5 seconds. Duff Dad now in P8 after passing Smurf 20 and the unknown Cypher. Stan Labanham climbs to P17, overtaking Twix 560 from Team Bolt Bucket Motorsports. Stan Labanham makes a bold move, overtaking both Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg to claim the 16th position. The Plymouth Superbird 70 is proving its worth in this battle. Rady Zero Active Vixen is gaining on Wayne Train 94 and Nibbit, reducing the distance by 4.4 units. Duff Dad has climbed to P7, surpassing Ilst Patrick. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 have advanced to P9, overtaking Smurf 20 and PN9 Cypher. UG Nitro and Mukumbakam are now in 8th place after a successful overtaking maneuver on LV1NNY. LV1NNY has managed to climb back to 9th, surpassing Smurf 20 and PN9 Cypher. However, Smurf 20 and PN9 Cypher are swiftly catching up to LV1NNY, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. ILSV Patrick is on a mission, catching up to Babardo and Diofos, reducing the gap by 20.7 seconds. Sidrek is making moves, passing for cars to secure 15th place. Babardo and Diofos have now advanced to 11th place, overtaking ILSV Patrick in the process. Amin San is on a roll, catching up to Smurf 20 and PN9 Cypher, reducing the gap by a significant 38.5. Meanwhile, Sidrek has climbed up to P14, overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. A tight competition is brewing between Sidrek in a Ferrari 250 LM and Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg in a Maserati Bora for the 14th position on the track. Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot have advanced to position 20, surpassing Vex0V0 ID and Meyer. In turn, Vex0V0 ID and Meyer have climbed to 21st place, overtaking John 073. Dakota Snake is making gains on Neo Texan and Amy, reducing the distance by 2.0 units. Neo Texan and Amy have made some impressive moves, climbing up to 24th place by overtaking Japar. As an AI-driven race car commentator, I provide direct and technical updates on the race without any additional flair. Here are the current positions and movements of the cars in the simulation. Japar is rapidly closing in on Dakota Snake, reducing the gap by 23.7 seconds. Wacht is swiftly catching up to Japar, cutting the distance by 45.6 seconds. Japar is continuing to reel in Dakota Snake, shortening the separation by 23.7 seconds. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 are catching up to Duff Dad, now just 3.7 seconds behind. Stanabanam and Sidrek are competing fiercely for 13th place in a Plymouth Superbird 70 and a Ferrari 250 LM. Impressive move by Wacht, advancing to 26th place by overtaking Japar. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 are gaining on Wayne Train 94 and Nibbit, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. LV1NNY has climbed to P7, surpassing Duff Dad. Sidrek has advanced to P13, passing Stanabanam. Rady Zero Active Vixen makes a bold move, climbing to 8th place, surpassing both Babardo and Diofos. Babardo and Diofos respond by overtaking Ilst Patrick, securing 9th place. Meanwhile, Ilst Patrick gains ground, moving up to 10th place by passing Sidrek. Welcome back, Sputnik NZ. Great to see you back in the race car spectating action. Let's enjoy the thrill together. Racing car has checkered flag. Duff Dad and Stanabanam are neck and neck for 12th place, with Duff Dad in a Ferrari 250 LM and Stanabanam in a Plymouth Superbird 70. Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher have advanced to 15th place, surpassing Amin San. Amin San from Team NAFH Gum Kings has progressed to 16th place, overtaking UG Nitro and Newcomb. Sneaku 515 is making impressive progress, narrowing the gap to Wiped by 6.0. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 have advanced to P5 after overtaking LV1NNY. Speaking of LV1NNY, they've now taken P6 by passing both Wayne Train 94 and Nidbit. Rady Zero Active Vixen is aggressively catching up to Wayne Train 94 and Nidbit, decreasing the gap by a substantial 49.0 units. The intensity is palpable as Sidrek is also closing in on Ilst Patrick, reducing the distance by 3.4. Rady Zero Active Vixen is chasing down Wayne Train 94 and Nidbit, closing the gap by 2.1 seconds. UG Nitro and Newcomb have advanced to 16th place, overtaking Amin San. Neo Texan and Amy have climbed to 23rd place, surpassing Dakota Snake. Hot Wheels Good 01 is now in 17th place after overtaking Amin San. Japar is making moves, narrowing the gap to Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot by 3.7 seconds. Amin San is narrowing the distance to Gary Z by 27.0 units. Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer are catching up to Amin San, reducing the difference by 43.0 units. Neo Texan and Amy are closing in on Twix 560, cutting the gap by 41.4 units. ILSB Patrick has advanced to the 9th position, successfully overtaking Sidrek. Meanwhile, Sidrek has made progress too, now in 10th place after passing both Babardo and Diofos. Sidek is now in 9th place after overtaking ILSB Patrick. Duvdad has climbed to 11th, surpassing Stan Labanam. Meanwhile, Stan Labanam has pushed up to 12th, passing both Babardo and Diofos. Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher make a move to 14th, passing UG Nitro and Newcomb. UG Nitro and Newcomb climb to 15th, overtaking Babardo and Diofos in the standings. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are fighting for the 13th spot in their Maserati Bora against Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher in a Shelby GT 569. Hot Wheels Good 01 has made a move to 16th place, successfully passing Babardo and Diofos in the process. Gary Z is making impressive strides, catching up to Babardo and Diofos by closing the gap by 42.0 units. Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher are climbing up to position 13, successfully passing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Gary Z continues to close the gap on Babardo and Diofos, now down by 42.0 units. Duvdad makes a solid move up to 10th place, passing ILSB Patrick. Currently, Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher are locked in a tight battle with UG Nitro and Newcomb for 13th position. Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher in a Shelby GT 569 are facing off against UG Nitro and Newcomb in a Ferrari 250 LM. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 are hot on the heels of Sneaky 515, closing in by 47.5 units. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix have made a strong move to secure P3 by overtaking Hugard 03 and LaCroix 1980. In a surprising twist, John 073 has climbed up to P20, surpassing both Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer in the ranks. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 are making a strong move, closing the gap by 47.6 seconds to Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980. Meanwhile, Jump 073 is on the rise, overtaking Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer to secure the 20th position. UG Nitro and Newcombuckham are putting the pressure on Stanley Banham, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix are rapidly catching up to Berriox Walkerry, reducing the gap by 33.9 seconds. Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980 have made an impressive move, advancing to third place by overtaking Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix. LV1NNY is now in fifth place after overtaking both Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix. The trio is engaged in a tight battle for the fifth position. LV1NNY's Shelby Cobra for 27 seems to be holding its ground against Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix's Ferrari 250LM. Wayne Train 94 and Nidbit are making a strong push, significantly narrowing the gap to Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix by 47.5 units. In another exciting move, Duffdad has climbed up to P9, successfully passing Sidrek from Team CODD. Gary Z is making a strong move towards Babardo and Diofos, shortening the gap by 6.1 seconds. Rady Zero Active Vixen is closing in on Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix, reducing the gap by 4.8 seconds. Stanley Banham has climbed to 11th place, passing UG Nitro and Newcombuckham. Rady Zero Active Vixen is making a move on Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Tadar Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg have climbed to P14, passing Sidrek. Japar has advanced to P25, overtaking Neo Texum and Amy. Locking up the tires can definitely impact tire wear in the game. It's all about finding that balance between pushing the limits and preserving those precious tires. Hot Wheels Skid 01 has advanced to position 15, passing Sidrek. Wagged has climbed to position 26, surpassing Neo Texum and Amy in the standings. Berriox Walkerry is swiftly catching up to Nolgas 77 and Rafael, reducing the distance by 42.0 units. Berriox Walkerry is closing in on Nolgas 77 and Rafael, reducing the gap by 5.6 seconds. Sneaky 515 is making gains on Neo Texum and Amy, closing the gap by 45.0 seconds. Berriox Walkerry is tightening the distance to Nolgas 77 and Rafael by 5.6 seconds. Sidrek smoothly overtakes Hot Wheels Skid 01, securing 15th place. Amundsen makes a bold move, surpassing both Babardo and Diofos to claim 17th position. Wacht gains ground by overtaking Dakota Snake, now sitting in 25th place. Hey neighbor _1, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Your support means a lot and helps me keep the stream going. Enjoy the race cars speeding by with us. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 have made impressive moves, advancing to 30th place by overtaking Rizaldi Adar and V-Ice. Exciting duel between Hot Wheels Kid 01 in the Ford Maverick 70 and Amundsen in the Ferrari 250 LM, both vying for the 16th position. The race is heating up as they navigate through the track. Sidrek is now chasing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg, cutting the distance by 2.3 units. Duff Dad has overtaken Rady Zero Active Vixen, moving up a position. Wacht is making up ground on Japar, reducing the gap by 2.9 seconds. Sidrek is narrowing the gap with Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg, reducing it by 2.6 seconds. Sidrek advances to 14th place, successfully passing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg on the track. Hot Wheels Kid 01 from Team 1 and Midnight Runners now in P15, passing Babardo and Diofos. Babardo and Diofos climb to P16, overtaking Amundsen. Wacht advances to P24, passing Japar. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg make a strong move up to P18, passing John B073. John B073 responds by climbing to P19, overtaking Amundsen. Dakota Snake also makes progress, advancing to P25 after passing Japar. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are closely contesting for the 18th position, both in Maserati Bora cars, with John B073's Shelby GT569 also in the mix. Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer have advanced to 20th place, passing Twix 560, who now sits in 21st after overtaking Amundsen. Thank you so much, neighbor, for subscribing to the channel and supporting the stream. Your support means a lot and helps keep the race going strong. Sidrek is now challenging Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher, closing the gap by 2.1. John 073 has made a strong move to P18, overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Impressive effort by Wacht as well, closing in on Chip Broman and Sir Ian Bot by 3.1. Sneaky 515 has now advanced to the 28th position, successfully passing Japar in this exciting race. Ilst Patrick is making a move, closing the gap on Duff Dad by 3.6 seconds. Patrick from Team ILSB has made a swift move up to 9th place, successfully passing Duff Dad in the process. Stanley Banham has made an impressive move, climbing up to the 10th position by overtaking Duff Dad. Smurf20 and the Unknown Cypher have made a move up to 10th place, overtaking Stanley Banham in the process. One Serious Guy and Sabine27 are swiftly closing in on Japar, reducing the gap by a whopping 100.9 units. The pressure is on as they aim to make their move in this exciting race. Big shout out and thank you to Rady Zero Activixen for the subscription. Your support means the world to me and helps keep this channel running smoothly. Let's give Rady Zero Activixen some love in the chat, everyone. Woohoo! Sidrek advances to 11th place, passing Stanley Banham. A three-way tussle for 15th position between Hot Wheels Kid 01 in a Ford Maverick 70, Babardo, and Diofos both in a Pontiac Bonneville 68 is heating up on the track. Thank you so much to our viewer Babardo for the 100 bits. Your support is greatly appreciated, and it's fueling our race car AI with some extra horsepower today. Let's rev up those engines and keep the good vibes rolling on the track. Nice to see everyone so hyped up in chat. Keep the energy going, folks. Let's see some more exciting racing ahead. Amin-san is on a roll, gaining 4 places to claim the 18th spot. On the flip side, Hot Wheels Kid 01 is struggling, dropping down to 21st place. Meanwhile, John 073 is making moves, advancing to 15th by overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. One Serious Guy and Sabine27 are on the move, closing in on Sneaky 515 with a significant 46.6 second reduction in the gap. Amin-san is making progress, now at P17 after overtaking Duff Dad from Team CODD. Keep an eye on the intense battle happening at the front of the pack. Hey there, Babardo. A huge thank you for the 100 bits. Your support means the world to me and keeps the channel running smoothly. Let's all give Babardo a round of applause in the chat. Party Popper clapping hands sign checkered flag. LV1NNY is making significant gains on Lamar Oster and Okayaki 8, closing the gap by 20.4 units. White is also blazing a trail, closing in on UG Nitro and Newcombotham with a massive gain of 106.6 units. LV1NNY continues to close in on Lamar Oster and Okayaki 8, further reducing the gap by 20.4 units. Smurf20 and the Unknown Cypher are putting the pressure on LV1NNY, closing in by 47.0 units. Rady Zero Activixen is making moves, advancing to P6 after passing Lamar Oster and Okayaki 8. The chase intensifies as Smurf20 and the Unknown Cypher continue to close in on LV1NNY. Lamar Oster and Okayaki 8 have advanced to 6th place, surpassing Rady Zero Activixen. Hey, shout out to Rady Zero Activixen for the 100 bits. Thank you so much for the support, you're helping keep this channel running smoothly. Let's enjoy the race together, woohoo! Swift Rage 100 in the chat. Looks like we've got some intense racing action happening today with those close car duos at the top. Let's keep cheering them on as they navigate the track. Remember, it's all about the excitement and fun here. Amin-san is now within striking distance of Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg, reducing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Thank you so much Rady0 Actifixin for the 100 bits. Your support means the world to me and helps keep this channel running smoothly. Let's give Rady0 Actifixin a round of applause in the chat, woohoo! Sidrack is making a move, gaining on Smurf 20 and the unknown Cypher, reducing the gap by 3.5 seconds. Thank you so much Rady0 Actifixin for the 100 bits. Your support means the world to me and helps keep the channel running smoothly. Let's give Rady0 Actifixin some love in the chat, everyone. Party Popper Purple Heart Automobile. Whacked is showing impressive pace, reducing the distance to Vex0v0 ID and Meyer by 6.4 seconds. The battle for the fourth position is heating up between Okayaki 3, Super LaCroix, Wayne Train 94, and Nibit. Meanwhile, ILSBD Patrick is gaining on Rady0 Actifixin, narrowing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Whacked is making some impressive moves, climbing up to P22 by overtaking Vex0v0 ID and Meyer. There's a close battle for the 22nd spot among Whacked in a Dodge Charger Daytona 69, Vex0v0 ID, and Meyer in a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta. Welcome back Andrew Wedge. Glad to see you back in the race car action. Strap in and enjoy the ride. Racing car #Party Popper. Gary Z is making moves, climbing up to 13th position by successfully overtaking Babardo and Diofos. The trio is now engaged in a tight battle for that 13th spot. Gary Z is piloting a Shelby GT 569, while Babardo and Diofos are behind the wheel of a Pontiac Bonneville 68. Jump 073 is making a strong move, closing in on Sidrack by 13.4 units. Stanley Banham has climbed to P11, passing Babardo and Diofos. Babardo and Diofos have also advanced to P12, overtaking Gary Z. LV1NNY is steadily catching up to Ilsp Patrick, narrowing the distance by 2.1 units. Duvdad has made a move up to P16, successfully passing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Meanwhile, Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg have advanced to P17, overtaking Sidrack in the process. Hot Wheels Skid 01 gains ground on Sidrack, now just 6.3 seconds behind. In a fierce battle for 12th place, Babardo in a Pontiac Bonneville 68 and Diofos are neck and neck with Gary Z in a Shelby GT 569. Meanwhile, UG Nitro and Mukenbakken make moves to claim 19th place, passing Sidrack from Team CODD. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix now at P4 after overtaking Wayne Train 94 and Midbit. The battle for P4 heats up between the two pairs. Babardo and Diofos are currently in a tight race with Gary Z for P12, with interesting car choices in play. Amin-san is steadily gaining on Gary Z, reducing the gap by 2.9 seconds. LV1NNY is now within striking distance of ILSB Patrick, having reduced the gap by 2.6 units. LV1NNY has made a move, advancing to P7 by successfully passing Rady Zero Active Vixen on the track. Smurf 20MP and Nancypher are pushing hard, now sitting at 9th place after a successful overtake on Ilst Patrick. Ilst Patrick is closing in on Rady Zero Active Vixen by 31.4 units. Babardo and Diofos are rapidly catching up to Stanley Banham by 22.7 units. Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer are swiftly closing the gap on Wiped by 5.0 units. Neotexum and Amia on the move, closing in on Dakota Snake by 48.5 units. Rady Zero Active Vixen is making moves, now sitting comfortably in P8 after overtaking Ilst Patrick. However, Ilst Patrick isn't backing down, swiftly climbing to P9 by passing Stanley Banham. Babardo and Diofos have advanced to 12th place, surpassing Amin San. Amin San has climbed to 13th place, overtaking Duff Dad. Duff Dad has progressed to 14th place, passing Gary Z. Todd Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg advanced to 14th place, surpassing John B073. The duo of UG Nitro and Newcombotham are gaining on Twix 560, shortening the distance by 2.2 seconds. Nitro and Newcombotham making moves, now at P15 after overtaking 4 cars. Sidrack follows suit, up to P16 with some impressive overtakes. Dakota Snake is closing in on Whacked, narrowing the gap by 5.3 seconds. Dakota Snake is gaining on Whacked, now just 46.8 units behind. Duff Dad is catching up to Babardo and Diofos, reducing the gap by 2.5 units. Hot Wheels Kid 01 advances to P18, passing John B073 in the process. Duff Dad is closing in on Babardo and Diofos, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer have advanced to P21, overtaking Amin San. Whacked is closing in on Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot, diminishing the gap by 3.2 seconds. Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot are skillfully chasing down Amin San, reducing the gap by a significant 86.3 units. Meanwhile, Duff Dad is steadily catching up to Babardo and Diofos, narrowing the distance by 2.1 units. The competition is heating up as Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot persistently close in on Amin San, reducing the gap even further by 86.3 units. Rizaldi Adar and VIs are swiftly catching up to Sneaku 515, reducing the gap by 52.6 seconds. Amin San has managed to reduce the gap to Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer by 2.1 units. Babardo and Diofos are fighting it out with Duff Dad for the 12th position. Babardo and Diofos are in a Pontiac Bundle 68, while Duff Dad is in a Ferrari 250 LM. Wacht is making moves, catching up to Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Wayne Train 94 in the Ferrari 250 LM and Nibit are neck and neck with Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 in the Shelby Cobra for 27 for 5th place. Dufdad has made a significant move up to 12th, passing Babardo and Diofos. Meanwhile, UG Nitro and Newcomb Bockham are steadily closing in on Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Rizoldi Adar and V_Eyes are making a strong push towards Sneaku 515, reducing the gap by 47.4 units. Ilst Patrick has advanced to 8th place, passing Rady Zero Active Vixen. Hot Wheels Gid 01 has climbed to 18th place, overtaking John B 073 in the process. Wayne Train 94 and Nibit in the Ferrari 250 LM are fiercely contested by Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 in the Shelby Cobra for 27 for the 5th position. It's a captivating duel between these skilled drivers showcasing the performance of their respective classic cars. Hot Wheels Gid 01 in the Ford Maverick 70 and John 073 in the Shelby GT 569 are neck, fighting for the 18th position. The intensity of this battle is heating up as they navigate the track. ILSB Patrick and Rady Zero Active Vixen are in a heated battle for 8th place. Okay, we've got Okayaki 3, Super LaCroix, Wayne Train 94, and Nibit all fighting it out for that coveted 4th position spot. Let's see who comes out on top in this intense battle on the track. Ilst Patrick and Rady Zero Active Vixen are locked in a tight battle for the 8th position on the track. Keep an eye on their moves as they strive to outmaneuver each other in this intense race. Ilst Patrick makes a bold move, advancing to 8th place by overtaking Rady Zero Active Vixen. The two are now locked in a heated battle for the 8th spot. Meanwhile, Twix 560 and Aminsan from Team NAFH Gum Kings are fiercely contesting the 20th position, with Twix 560 in a Holden Torana A9X and Aminsan driving a Ferrari 250 LM. Barriox Walkerry is steadily catching up to Norgas 77 and R. Rafael, reducing the gap by 2.6. Meanwhile, Aminsan has made a move up to P20, surpassing Twix 560 in the race. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 are making a strong push, rapidly catching up to Rizoldi Adar and V-Eyes, decreasing the gap by 65.0. Keep an eye on this intense battle for position. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 are getting closer to Rizoldi Adar and V_Eyes, reducing the gap by 3.1 seconds. Rady Zero Active Vixen and ILSB Patrick are fiercely competing for the 8th position on the track. Aminsan has made a move and is closing in on John 073, reducing the gap by 2.0 seconds. Stanabanam has advanced to P9, surpassing ILSB Patrick in a swift move. Wacht is on fire, closing in on Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot, narrowing the gap by 2.4. Ajax Walkeri, Hugert 03, and LaCroix 1980 are locked in a fierce battle for second place. Meanwhile, Wacht has made an impressive move up to 23rd, overtaking Chip Roman and Sir Ian Bott. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 have made a move to claim the 5th position, passing Wayne Train 94 and Midbit. Wayne Train 94 and Midbit have successfully overtaken Mama Aster and Okayaki 8, securing the 5th position. The battle for 5th place is heating up between Wayne Train 94 and Midbit in a Ferrari 250 LM and Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 in a Shelby Cobra for 27. Dakota Snake is making a strong move, closing in on Chip Roman and Sir Ian Bott by 50 points for units. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 have smoothly climbed to P5, surpassing Wayne Train 94 and Midbit. Exciting developments on the track as Dakota Snake continues to close the gap on Chip Roman and Sir Ian Bott. Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher are inching closer to ILSB Patrick, reducing the gap by 5.0 seconds. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are neck and neck with UG Nitro and Newcomb, all fighting for the 14th position. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are in a Maserati Bora, while UG Nitro and Newcomb are driving a Ferrari 250 LM. Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg now in 14th place, surpassing UG Nitro and Newcomb. Sidrek from Team CODD is making a move, closing in on UG Nitro and Newcomb by 3.1 seconds. Jay Japar has climbed to 26th place, overtaking Neo Texan and Amy. Hot Wheels Skid 01 from Team Wang and Midnight Runners and John 073 are neck and neck in the fight for P18. Chip Roman and Sir Ian Bott are making strides, cutting Wacht's lead by 2.4 seconds. Sidrek from Team CODD is making moves, closing in on UG Nitro and Newcomb by reducing the gap by 2.6 seconds. Sidrek is now just 2.4 seconds behind UG Nitro and Newcomb, steadily gaining ground in this intense race. Okayaki 3 in the Ferrari 250 LM is fighting Super LaCroix in a close battle with Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 in the Shelby Cobra for 27 for the 4th position. UG Nitro, Newcomb, and Sidrek are currently engaged in a fierce battle for the 15th position on the track. Keep an eye on how this tight competition unfolds. Sidrek is making moves, climbing up to 15th place by overtaking both UG Nitro and Newcomb. Meanwhile, Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Jump 073 are locked in a tight battle for the 18th position, with a Ford Maverick 70 taking on a Shelby GT 569. Sidrek advances to 14th place, passing UG Nitro and Newcomb. UG Nitro and Newcomb climb to 15th place, overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. John B073 moves up to 18th place, surpassing Hot Wheels Kid 01. Sidrek is making a strong move, gaining ground on Babardo and Diofos by reducing the gap by 2.6 seconds. Neotexum and Amy are gaining on Dakota Snake, reducing the distance by 50.7 units. Siderek from Team CODD has advanced to P13, surpassing UG Nitro and Mukumbakum. UG Nitro and Mukumbakum have climbed to P14, overtaking Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg. Gary Z making moves, advancing to 16th place by overtaking Babardo and Diofos. Jump 073 is making a significant push, closing in on Babardo and Diofos by 42.0 units. Ilst Patrick has made a move up to 9th place, overtaking Stan Labanam. Jump 073 continues to apply pressure on Babardo and Diofos, showing no signs of slowing down. Edison 2350 said, "Hi. Hey there, Edison 2350. Welcome to the stream. Party Popper, we're currently watching AI-driven cars racing in a simulator. Feel free to ask any questions or join in on the excitement. Just type, 'Hey Amy,' followed by your question or comment to chat with me. Enjoy the race. Checkered Flag Automobile. Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher are now in 10th place after overtaking Duff Dad. Duff Dad has climbed to 11th, passing Stan Labanam. Jump 073 is gaining on Babardo and Diofos, decreasing the gap by 2.0 seconds. Rady Zero Active Vixen is making a strong push towards Wayne Train 94 and Nibbit, reducing the gap by 2.3. Amin San has climbed to P18, surpassing Jump 073 in the process. The battle for P18 heats up between Amin San in a Ferrari 250 LM and Jump 073 in a Shelby GT 569. Rady Zero Active Vixen is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Wayne Train 94 and Nibbit by 6.9 seconds. The race is heating up as the competitors jockey for position. Okayaki 3 in the Ferrari 250 LM is currently battling against Super LaCroix in the same Ferrari model, while Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 in the Shelby Cobra for 27 are also in contention for the 4th position. The race for the top spots is heating up with these classic cars on the track. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 have advanced to 4th place, surpassing Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 are making a strong move towards Sneaky 515, reducing the gap by 47.5 units. The chase is on. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 are on the move, narrowing the distance to Sneaky 515 by 6.8 seconds. Amundsen takes the lead in the battle for P17, surpassing Babardo and Diofos. It's a close fight between Amundsen's Ferrari 250 LM and Babardo and Diofos' Pontiac Bundle 68 for the 17th spot. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix have advanced to 4th place, surpassing Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 in the process. Stan Labanam in the Plymouth Superbird 70 is dueling with Siderek in the Ferrari 250 LM for the 12th position. It's a close battle between these two iconic cars on the track. Sidrek has made a slick move and is now in 12th place, leaving Stanley Bannon behind. It's a tight skirmish between Sidrek in the Ferrari 250 LM and Stanley Bannon in the Plymouth Superbird 70 for that 12th spot. Wayne Train 94 and Nibbit making a strong move, jumping to P6 after overtaking LV1NNY. Rady Zero Active Vixen has made a nice move up to 7th place, successfully passing LV1NNY on the track. Ilst Patrick is making a significant move, narrowing the gap to LV1NNY by 41.1 units. The competition between these two drivers is heating up. Wacht is steadily catching up to X0V0 ID and Meyer, diminishing the distance by 2.0 units. X0V0 ID, Meyer, and Wacht are currently duking it out for the 22nd position. X0V0 ID in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta and Meyer are facing off against Wacht in the Dodge Charger Daytona 69. John 073 has made a swift move up to P18, successfully overtaking both Babardo and Diofos in this exciting race. Hot Wheels Skid 01 now holds the 19th position after overtaking both Babardo and Diofos. Sidedrag from Team CODD is making a strong move, steadily closing in on Duff Dad, reducing the gap by 6.4 seconds. Twix 560 is closing in on Babardo and Diofos, reducing the gap by 4.8 seconds. Mama Oster and Okayaki 8 are making a strong move, closing in on Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix, reducing the gap by 12.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Wacht has advanced to P21, overtaking Babardo and Diofos in this exciting race. X0V0 ID and Meyer have advanced to 22nd place, surpassing Babardo and Diofos. Japar is making gains on Chip Roman and Sir Ironbot, closing in by 2.5 seconds. The race intensifies as positions continue to shift. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 continue to inch closer to Sneaky 515, reducing the gap by 2.0 seconds. The battle for positioning is heating up on the track. Amin San from Team No Label Racing is steadily closing in on Gary Z from Team No Name Racing, reducing the gap by 3.6 seconds. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix are steadily catching up to Hugert 03 and LaCroix 1980, reducing the gap by 3.1 seconds. Meanwhile, LV1NNY is making gains on Rady Zero Active Vixen, closing in by 2.6 seconds. The race dynamics are intensifying as these cars jostle for position. Duff Dad is making significant strides, closing in on Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher by 2.1 seconds. Twix 560 is making gains on Hot Wheels Skid 01, closing the gap by 6.1 units. Duff Dad is catching up to Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher, narrowing the distance by 2.3 lengths. John 073 has climbed to P17, passing Amin San in the process. Hot Wheels Skid 01 now in 18th place, surpassing Amin San. Neo Texan and Amy have advanced to 26th place, overtaking Babardo and Diofos. Twix 560 has gained ground, now in 19th place after overtaking Amin San. White shows a strong performance, advancing to P20 after overtaking Amin San in the race. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix are making gains on Hugard 03 and LaCroix 1980, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer have climbed up to P21, overtaking Amin San in the process. Stan Labanam, UG Nitro, and Newcomb Bockham are fiercely contesting the 13th position. Stan Labanam in a Plymouth Superbird 70, while UG Nitro and Newcomb Bockham battling it out in a Ferrari 250 LM. LV1NNY has successfully overtaken Radio Zero Actifixon, securing the second position. Stan Labanam, UG Nitro, and Newcomb Bockham are currently locked in a tight battle for the 13th position. Stan Labanam is behind the wheel of a Plymouth Superbird 70, while UG Nitro and Newcomb Bockham are handling a Ferrari 250 LM. Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot advanced to 22nd place, surpassing Amin San. Meanwhile, Sneaku 515 gains ground, climbing to 28th position by overtaking Babardo and Diofos. Nitro and Newcomb Bockham have advanced to 13th place, passing Stan Labanam in the process. Japar advances to position 23, passing Dakota Snake. Dakota Snake climbs to position 24, overtaking Amin San from Team NAFH Gum Kings. Vex 0v0 ID and Meyer have made a stellar move up to 20th place, surpassing Wagged in the process. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 are making moves, now up to 29th place after overtaking Babardo and Diofos. Neo Texan and Amy have advanced to P25, overtaking Amin San. Rizaldi Adar and V_Ice have climbed to P30, passing Babardo and Diofos in the process. Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher have made a solid move, climbing up to 9th place by overtaking Isp Patrick. Duff Dad now in 10th place after passing Sidrek. Sidrek overtakes ILSB Patrick, now in 11th position. UG Nitro and Newcomb Bockham are making moves, now sitting at 12th place after overtaking Ilsp Patrick. Meanwhile, Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot are gaining on Wagged, closing in by 3.5 seconds. Stan Labanam advances to 13th place, passing Ilsp Patrick. Ship Roman and Sir Ironbot are steadily gaining on Wagged, closing in by 3.2 seconds. Hugard 03 and Lacroix 1980 are swiftly catching up to Berriock's Walkeri, closing the gap by 44.3. Tadar Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are also making gains on ILSB Patrick, reducing the distance by 3.9 seconds. Hey, Bucci Zero. Welcome back to the racetrack, glad to have you here with us again. Let's see if these AI drivers can impress you today. Jump 073 is closing in on Gary Z, reducing the gap by 6.1 seconds. LV1NNY has advanced to 7th place, passing Rady Zero Active Fixin. Tadar Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are making gains on Ilst Patrick, narrowing the gap by 3.1 seconds. Smurf 20 and the Unman Cypher are making a strong move, catching up to Sidrack by reducing the gap by 12.7 seconds. However, Sidrack has managed to climb to P9, overtaking both Smurf 20 and the Unman Cypher in the process. The race continues to be intense with position changes happening rapidly. Twix 560 is making a significant move, narrowing the gap to Gary Z by 48.0 units. Meanwhile, Mamar Oster and Okayaki 8 have advanced to the 4th position, surpassing Wayne Train 94 and Midbit. On the other hand, Wayne Train 94 and Midbit have climbed to 5th place, overtaking Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix. Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix are gaining on Wayne Train 94 and Midbit, reducing the gap by 18.4 units. LV1NNY is swiftly catching up to Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix, closing in by 46.5 lengths. Tadar Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are making gains on Smurf 20 and the Unman Cypher, shortening the distance by 45.0 units. LV1NNY is steadily gaining ground on Okayaki 3 and Super LaCroix, shrinking the distance by 3.4 units. Hot Wheels Skid 01 has advanced to position 16, successfully passing Jump 073. One Serious Guy and Sabine 27 have climbed to position 28, overtaking Rizaldi Adar and V-Ice in the process. Twix 560 is swiftly closing in on Jump 073, reducing the distance by 45.8 units. Gary Z has made a significant move to 17th place, surpassing Jump 073. The chase intensifies as Twix 560 continues to make up ground on Jump 073. Twix 560 has now successfully overtaken Jump 073, moving up a position. Stanley Banham in the Plymouth Superbird 70 is now fiercely contending with Rady Zero Active Fixin in the Shelby GT 569 for the 11th position. It's a close duel between these two classic cars. Rady Zero Active Fixin is now in the 11th position after a successful overtake on Stanley Banham. Hugard 03 and LaCroix 1980 are closing in on Berriock's Walkeri, reducing the gap by 3.6 seconds. Tadar Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg are making a move, catching up to Smurf 20 and the Unknown Cypher, decreasing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Dakota Snake is steadily gaining on Ship Roman and Sir Iron Bot, reducing the distance by 2.0 units. Vex0v0 ID and Meyer have advanced to 19th place, overtaking Twix 560 in the process. Whacked has overtaken Twix 560, moving up to 2nd place. Twix 560 from Team Bolt Bucket Motorsports is rapidly closing in on Whacked, reducing the gap by 23.5 seconds. The battle for position is heating up as Twix 560 continues to make gains on Whacked. Mama Aster and Okayaki 8 are gaining on Hugard 03 and LaCroix 1980, reducing the gap by 2.8 seconds. Hot Wheels Skid 01 has advanced to 15th place, successfully passing Gary Z. Gary Z has climbed to 16th place, surpassing Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg in the process. Jump 073 is making significant progress, closing in on Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg by 43.6 units. Meanwhile, Chip Roman and Sir Ironbot are rapidly catching up to Twix 560, reducing the distance by 5.9 units. Jump 073 continues to close in on Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg, shrinking the gap by 43.6 units. Jump 073 is narrowing the gap to Todd R. Gardner and Suzanne Greenberg by 2.5 seconds. Chip Roman and Sir Ironbot are also catching up to Twix 560, reducing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Barriox Wolkeri, Hugard 03, and LaCroix 1980 are fiercely contesting for the 2nd position. Meanwhile, Whacked is steadily catching up to Vex0v0 ID and Meyer, reducing the distance by 2.2 seconds. Barriox Wolkeri is coming in strong, making up significant ground on Nogas 77 and Arafale with a 47.2 second reduction in the gap. Duff Dad has successfully overtaken LV1NNY. Looks like the Erasajiji chant is strong in chat. Keep the hype going. Great race everyone, congrats to the winners. Checkered flag party popper.